welcome to the unboxing and full review of this VIZIUUY 5MP solar PTC security camera. So you can already hear it has pretty much everything what we can expect from a really good surveillance camera these days. Of course, as a solar battery powered solution, we cannot expect 24/7 recording, but we have 24/7 monitoring. So whenever something happens, it will detect it with the PIR sensor, start recording, so we get the alerts, notifications, and can check the footage then. Absolutely awesome. So with the rotatable head, we have pretty much 360 degrees coverage, but of course not the whole time. With the app, we can decide where we want to point the camera, and then it will observe this area, and of course not the 360 all the time. That's not possible with a battery operated PIR camera. But we have some kind of human detection built in. It's compatible with Alexa. I have already a lot of such or similar cameras, and they work usually really good. So that's the style which I really prefer. So we can be independent from power, place the camera pretty much everywhere where we have Wi-Fi reception. And so let's open the box, see what we get. Comes even with a surveillance camera sticker, get the instructions manual. But let's see how easy this is to set up even without the instructions. Everything really nicely protected, good quality solar panel. Comes even with a standard tripod adapter, long standard USB-C cable. I really like it when we have standard USB-C plugs and not proprietary plugs. And so here we get the camera mount for the solar, for the camera, additional charging cable, even anchors and screws, and some drilling templates if you need. What we don't get in the set is micro SD card. So if you don't want to rely on a paid subscription, then I highly recommend to buy at least 32 gigabytes good brand class 10 micro SD card, which we can put in down here. So we have nice lid here, so we can push it just here inside, just push it fully down. By the way, the pins have to show to the front of the camera. The button here on the left side is the reset, the one on the right side is the on-off, a little bit hard to read. And then we have another flap here in the back as usual, and that's for the power. So we can use this included USB-A to USB-C cable to give a full initial charge. That's always highly recommended. But after that, we connect it then here to the USB-C plug of the solar panel. It's a plug with a small opening inside, so we can just push it out. You can see that here it has small opening which you can just push out, then put it back. So when we add the USB-C cable here, you can see everything is nicely covered, waterproof. Antennas can be freely adjusted for optimal Wi-Fi reception. Camera can be rotated 355 degrees, of course using the app, and that's the maximum where we can point it up, so pretty much straight, but we can use the app to point it pretty much fully down, as you can see. What we need on the phone to connect is the Cloud Edge app, which you can download from the official Apple and Google Play Store if you don't have it already. The good thing is that it's not a proprietary app, it works for so many cameras. And so let's turn on the camera here with this button underneath. I long press here, I heard a clicking, we have a red light, so I put it down here like that. So when the head is rotating, it cannot hit anything. And now I open the Cloud Edge app, where I have already a couple of cameras. So I'm clicking here on the plus icon on top, add device or scan code. Yeah, we have actually a QR code on the side. So I hit scan code. So let's see if that's working. Has already found something. Says smart camera. Enter configuration. Please power on the device. Next.
Wait for the indicator light to flash red.
Okay, so I'm hitting the reset button here on top on the left side. Okay, I heard something. Yeah, we have a red blinking light. So I click on next. So I'm selecting the Wi-Fi which I want to use later for the camera. and entering the password. By the way, it's highly recommended to be already also connected to exactly this Wi-Fi network with your phone. That's much easier to connect. After the camera is connected, you can use any kind of internet connection to access your camera. You don't have to be at home, you can travel, you can access it from anywhere in the world using GSM, 4G, 5G, whatsoever, or free Wi-Fi hotspots, doesn't matter. So you click on next. Now I click on next. I get a QR code which I have to show or hold in front of the camera, get confirmation, and we have a blue light. I guess that's the confirmation that everything worked. So I click on next again. It looks like it has found it. Click on done. So let's see if we can get a live view. It looks like there's even some basic cloud storage included now with the Cloud Edge, where we get 6 seconds of cloud storage video for free. That's a nice improvement. So I turn the camera around towards me. Of course it's upside down, but you can see we have a live view now. To attach a camera to the fence, I'm going to use such a standard fence mount. And so I add the camera mount here at the bottom using number 8 self-drill screws. So you can see it has a really nice hold, and same thing here for the solar panel mount. Okay, looking good, definitely. Now we have to insert this part again, screw it here to the mount, but you can do that also directly, of course, on a fence or post or wall. Super easy to add. Now the solar panel, just screw it here on top, can point it wherever you need that. And then we just slide the camera or the mount here, snap it in, pushing the cable inside here. Make sure that it's deep inside, and so you can store the remaining cable up here. And so now we can just hang it over the fence and have very clean solution, easy to add, easy to remove or relocate to another place. So I'm going to install it now outside, and then let's see after that how it has been performing. And so I've installed the camera outside, has been working super easy. And so I have the camera now listed in the Cloud Edge app. So we have messages for everything, some personal information, some settings already here. We can access the settings here, but of course also in the detail overview. And so I click on live view. So I make that even a little bit larger. And so you can see how good the quality really is. Unfortunately, there's no sun, but you can still see how good the quality really is. Quality, definitely one of the best qualities I've ever seen from a battery operated solar powered camera. You can see a lot of details. Of course, only when you select 5 megapixels and not SD. With the SD, the quality will be lower, but of course this saves then some bandwidth. That could be helpful if the camera doesn't have the best reception. Here we are pretty close, so I can easily go up to 5 megapixels with super high resolution. And so I can record directly from here, for example, and then save it in the album, or just make a screenshot. And now the sun is coming out and you can see it's even better. We can hold this button to talk to people or just listen here, or turn off the speaker. I mean the microphone. Can use the PTC directly from here, or you can use it in the minimal overview. So let's go back to the normal view which we have in the app on our phone. Turn off the speaker here or the microphone, because there's a lot of wind. So we have pretty much everything also here. You can activate or deactivate the motion detection. Very important to turn this on. And then we have different detection sensitivities. Just leave it in the normal standard settings at the beginning. And then of course, based on if you have some missed alerts or too many false alerts, then you can set the detection sensitivity. Usually it has been working really good for me. We even have an automatic sensitivity correction. That's super helpful. And then we have the human detection. So we can turn on and off the human detection. human detection can be super helpful if you have too many false alerts, but we have also some other measures which you can use. In my case, sometimes the camera had some problems with human detection. It was detecting me better from behind than from the front, but we can also adjust the human detection sensitivity. If you are observing an area with not too many things moving, no trees, no branches, no special shades, then you're probably better off without human detection. But if the camera is in a difficult situation, this can definitely help a lot. Then we have different power settings, power saving mode, high performance mode. It will automatically adjust some settings then, but you can also use the custom mode to adjust the recording time. There's no automatic recording time, so the camera would stop recording when the movement ends, but we can set some alarm intervals if we have too many false alerts, but I never had that. Can even add a schedule if you want to avoid some recording during special hours. Then we have the humanoid alarm area. That's something super interesting. We have some moving branches down here. Sometimes we have some crazy shades from neighbors' trees, and so we can avoid to have detection in this area. So we are just marking the areas where we want to have some detection, or remove the areas where we don't want to have detection, especially in the areas where we have some moving stuff. That's super helpful. Then we move it around, but of course you have to be aware of when you turn around the camera, this thing will change, so it won't stay in the same place. Then we can activate some warnings like audio warning and strobe light. Just make sure that you are not disturbing your neighbors. Then we have the PTC function, of course, so we can move around the camera from right to left. You can see how nicely this is moving, pretty much all the way to the back and then back to the right side, and you can see it's steadily moving. With some other cameras I had some lags. Here it's a very smooth ride. Again, also almost fully to the back on the other side. Let's move back here to the observation area. I think we are almost fully up, but we can go further down, almost straight down, or actually straight down. But you have to know that we cannot save positions where we could just click and then reset the position. To go back, we press in the center here. Then we have different light settings, turn on and off. The floodlight, we can see that when we are checking the footage from last night. And then we have more on the right side, some things which we already had. Of course, the album, where we can see everything what I've been recording manually. We have then also the different color settings. I've been using the intelligent vision, where it activates the floodlight and then turns into full color mode as soon as it's detecting some person. But you can use full color night vision anyway, or just leave it always on black and white, where it's only using the infrared. That's especially a very good option if you want to place the camera close to your neighbor. Then nobody will be disturbed with bright light, because the light is really super bright. Camera has a really strong light built in. Can also hit the siren, but of course it's very loud. Only use it in an emergency situation. And then we have the general settings. Here you can upgrade your cloud storage service, or also some AI intelligent analysis. Of course needs some subscription. Then the motion detection, which we have seen already outside, and the image settings with some special things. Interesting, especially the screen flip if you want to mount it on a ceiling or so. Color mode we had already. Sound settings, and I've tested already the voice recording, and I had the impression that it was really good.
Microphone test 1 2 3 4 5. Microphone test 1 2 3 4 5.
Can also adjust the speaker volume. And then something I've never seen on Cloud Edge, maybe that's something new. That's the video encryption, which is not mandatory anymore. Previously it has been mandatory which prevented, for example, Google Photos from automatically grabbing and uploading the footage. That was one of the biggest disadvantages on Cloud Edge. Then recording management for the micro SD card. Can activate, deactivate that. You can see how much space you have. And then the light control on the camera. Can activate or deactivate the light. I leave it on so intruders can see that there is a camera. And we have some other things. Battery management, also something really nice. So we can, for example, see the usage. And so you can see that battery has been charged now up to 100% thanks to the solar panel. So the solar panel is very efficient. You can also share the device with your friends or family. And now, of course, you want to see the history. We have either the local history from the micro SD card here. And so we can see the local footage, what it has been recording on my micro SD card. We can go back in time and see the different recordings. For example, the things which it has been recording yesterday or the day before. So we have everything here. So based on the size of the micro SD card, this footage can be stored here for weeks, months, or even years, and also in full length, not only in 6 seconds length, which we have here on the free cloud. By the way, here's some footage from yesterday. Wanted to show you that a little bit closer so you can see what to expect during the night. Of course, like with all battery operated cameras, the quality during the night is a little bit limited. It's not like during the day, but I would say it's still on a very good level. And we can also see the difference between black and white and full color. So usually at the beginning it's black and white, but as soon as it's detecting a human, then it activates the floodlight and turns the footage into full color. But of course you can choose always color, or you can choose black and white. And so it has been detecting me actually all the time. I would say pretty good so far. Of course, I had to play around a little bit with the detection settings. It didn't work perfectly for me right out of the box, but you have these sliders where you can adjust the sensitivity, you can activate or deactivate human detection, just play around a little bit. It's definitely worth it. If it doesn't work right from the beginning, don't give up too early. It's definitely worth to invest a little bit more time here and make sure that you have the perfect settings, and then after that you could be very happy with this camera, I would say. And so if you're interested, I'll put down the link to the Amazon listing down into the description so you can check it out and order one for you if you like it. And I hope I've been able to help you a little bit with this video. If you have any questions or comments or want to share your own experience with this camera, then just let us know down in the feedback area. I'm always happy to talk about these things. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching. See you next time.